It's extremely hard, so maybe I should put up... this is clearly not working. Right, I think that's better. Are you wondering how you can create your own website without any programming skills or basically computer knowledge whatsoever? In this video I thought I would talk about that because I'm doing it myself. So roll the intro if I have one. I don't think I have one. So in this video I thought I would share my thoughts on how to create your own website without any programming. Now I have studied media technology, so I basically know how to program. However, you don't have to learn how to program in order to create your website. It's actually very easy through just third-party applications. And I'm gonna talk about that right now, which I use and how basically you can use it to create whatever you want to create. A quick reminder also, this is my personal choices. There are so many ways you can create websites, but these are the ones that I'm most familiar with, and I know a lot of companies use the same type of tools when they are managing their own websites and etc, etc. So there are two types of third-party applications that I use when I design websites or basically create websites, because one, they are very easy to use. Two, they save me a ton of time, and three, they are widely known, I would say, at least one of them. The first one that I use is WordPress. Now some of you might know what WordPress is, some of you might not, so I'm just going to do a brief presentation on what WordPress is. WordPress is an application where you can use in order to structure your own websites. There's a ton of plugins that you can install in order to make the process easier. And it's a very helpful tool to just basically do whatever you want to do on a website. Do you want to create a web shop? You can do it in WordPress. You want to create a blog? You can do it in WordPress. Any type of website,
you can do it in WordPress.
It has so many features and stuff they can do. The fantasy is the limitation. And a quick tip, if you install Beaver Builder, if you install Beaver Builder, there you go. You can basically just drag and drop and customize the website very easily. Be careful though, if you have an existing website and you're gonna install Beaver Builder plugin, it might mess with your layout that you currently have. If you're gonna start it from scratch, I basically just use Beaver Builder and just drag and drop and paste it everywhere, and it's super easy and goes very fast to just bring out the first draft of the website layout. So definitely a recommendation if you're using WordPress. The other tool that I use that is probably not as common, but a tool that I grow fond of, it's a tool that I use right now to structure my own website because I don't really need that many features and functions. The main features and functions that I want is I want people to see my work, my videos, so it needs to be able to link it, and people need to play my videos on the website instead of going to an external link. And I also want people to contact me through email by filling in a formula. Formula? Is that word? Filling in blank spaces and then just hit send. Oh my god, what's that in English? Those two things are the main important things that I want. This tool helps me to do that. It's called Wix. It's so easy. Basically drag and drop and you design your website that way. They also make it very easy to create your own domain. You can even get your own email address. The UI design of Wix is very easy and very good. It's very user friendly. It didn't take me long to learn, and I would say anyone can learn it in a couple of hours, if even hours. It's very straightforward and it's super easy. What separates Wix from WordPress was the functionality. You can do more in WordPress, and WordPress is also free to some extent, unless you want to pay for certain things to make it even better. Wix is also free, but you don't get your own domain when you use it free. You kind of get like the wixwebsite.com, and then you get your name afterwards, so it doesn't really look professional. You also get those banners that says that it's created on Wix, but I would say it's a fair price. But same with WordPress, it's a fair deal as well. it's the tool that you are more familiar with that you should use. For me, I'm gonna use Wix just for the scenario because I don't really need those very fancy functions. I just basically need to put out simple images and text, parallaxes and stuff like that to make it look nice and beautiful. Where I did my internship and where I'm working right now, we use WordPress because it has more functionality, and the website was structured on WordPress from the get-go, and then we just continue using WordPress because it's very useful. But I would say WordPress takes a little bit more time to get familiar with. So no matter which one you use of this, there are no right or wrong. It's basically what you need that will determine which one is more suitable for you. Now, of course, there are other ways and other applications that you can use in order to create websites, but these are the ones that I'm familiar with and have worked with. But of course, there are multiple third-party applications that probably are better. I don't know. I haven't taken the time to look into it, but maybe I will do in the future and do a more comprehensive type of comparison, which one I prefer the most. Now I'm gonna sit down and finish my website. So it's been one full day. I'm not even done, but I'm done with the homepage. So I figured in this video I would just show you the homepage and I will let you guys know once it's up and running. But I figured since I've been talking so much how you can create your own website, I'm basically just gonna walk through my website and give you how my website is looking. As you can see, this is the first thing that happens. Production company is called Scarfield, so that's basically what it is around here. At first I thought I would have a video, then I figured there are more things that I can do and there are more services that I can offer. So this is more about, you can click in and read more about the company, and then we come to video and film work, and you can click more and see more about that and get to another page, and photography work also. And then I'm gonna add a fourth slide, which is web. Since I have a bachelor in media technology, I know one or two things about web, so I figured I can teach people about web as well. So when you scroll down, here is like a text in your face. What is this website that you're visiting? And it's a production company located in Sweden. Just a heads up, I haven't figured out, and I just got out of the shower, also I forgot to mention that. I haven't decided yet if the website is going to be on English or Swedish. Ultimately, in the end, they are going to be on both languages. That's why the text is, you can basically ignore the text because I just wrote a little bit quick just to give myself a reminder on what is going to be put there later on. Scroll down, you basically have what I'm working with, and it's video, photo, and web. These logos I'm going to change to my blue color. You see I have blue, white, and black. I basically have those three colors and maybe gray, and I just circle around them. I want it kind of dark, like my soul. If we go down, there's a little bit of information on the effect and the impact of video and photo and web and stuff like that, why it's basically important. And then here I thought I would have some bars showing you better it is to use a video instead of just plain text on social media and stuff like that. If we move down, we have news and deals. You can subscribe to a newsletter. I think this is relevant to have a newsletter, basically showing people that something is always happening, so you don't know so the customer knows that something is still going on in the company. If you don't have like posts or a blog or stuff like that, it's some people don't know if you are still running or not. For instance, if I have a client here, I just post like I worked with this client right now and this is how it looks like. And once they subscribe, I can also send them news and deals. If I'm gonna have a sale on different type of things, they are basically being in my mail list. So that's great. And then I have genre and pricing. So when it comes to production work, it's very difficult to, you know, give them a specific price, like this is how much it's going to cost. What I do when I discuss prices with people or clients is that I try to find out what it is that they want, what message they want to tell the world. And basically I need as much information as possible so I can make an estimate on what type of gear I will need to use. Is it gear that I have on my own arsenal, or do I have to rent it? Is it going to be on social media? Is it going to be on TV? Questions like that is extremely relevant for me in order to be able to set a price. So with this text I basically mentioned that. So I basically make a buffer and I show it to them and be like, all right, you want this. This is what I estimate it would cost. Mention a couple of genres and categories where you can use video or photo. So that's that. Scroll down. I show the process, our work process, and I basically just have a timeline here where I show them exactly how I work. I put all the cards on the table and show them like, all right, I start out with planning, then I shoot, then I edit it, and then I distribute it, and then we see how it went. Did it go well? Did it get a lot of response and stuff like that? If it did go well, then perhaps the customer wants to keep using me, because that's what we want ultimately. We want we want the client to reinvest in us, and so we can collaborate long term, because you shouldn't just have one client one time. Build a relationship, I would say, and that's very important. And then I figured I can do like I'm doing right now, courses and tutorials. Of course, they're not going to be the ones that I do right now on YouTube. These are very quick, thrown in just to have something to post on my YouTube channel. The courses and tutorials are going to be extremely more in-depth, and I'm basically gonna dive right in on every single detail and talk about how you get started with editing maybe, or how you get started with filmmaking, how you get your first client, and stuff like that, and basically share my knowledge to people. So it's video editing, photo editing, script, and storytelling. Moving on, we have my social media. This is not necessarily something that you need, but I kind of like my social media platform, or my Instagram. So I linked my Instagram here, and I show them basically my pictures. I think they kind of look good. Scroll down here, we have web development, and we have that flashy parallax scroll in the background that I think is very cool, and it's kind of like web-ish in the background, I don't know. And as you can see here, we have a little buggy thing, white line in the middle. That's not supposed to be there, it's supposed to be like that. And last of all, I have a contact form. If people want to ask questions, if people just want to get in touch with me, they can do that in the end of the page. And then we scroll down, and then they can join the mailing list once more, the one that I talked about before. Basically just subscribe. It's very long front page, but I want it to be long. It's going to help the front page to, you know, show up hopefully more in search results on Google, because it has so much content on it. The downside with that is it's maybe gonna take a little bit more time for someone with poor internet to load the page. I like to have like a big front page and everything is on there, and then they can click in order to find their stuff. But that's just me. All those things, when you click more and about and stuff like that, I have to do that separately, so there's a long way to go. But yeah, that was basically my front page, and I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video, or comment down below if it's something that I missed and you didn't agree with. Maybe we can have a discussion. And I'll basically see you in the next one I'll make. And as always, have a good one. Peace out. Bye.